Gunpowder Milkshake has some explosive action sequences and is a really great female ensemble-led movie. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're doing well. In this video we are going to be reviewing Gunpowder Milkshake, which has a fresh new take on the action assassin thriller genre, and it really does brilliantly balance both action and comedy and really does dial up the female ensemble led route in this movie. And like I said, it's got some really cool action sequences, especially at the end of this movie. And I also really like the character driven narrative of really exploring mother and daughter relationships across the different generations, which is really interesting, and I'm going to be breaking it all down for you in this movie review. So the plot of Gunpowder Milkshake is relatively simplistic, and it starts off by showing us that the Sam character's mother is abandoning her under very mysterious circumstances. Years later, the Sam character has followed in her mother's footsteps and has become a really fierce hitwoman herself. One day, one of her jobs goes wrong, which kickstarts a series of events which sees her reuniting with her mother, protecting a young child, and working with other female assassins to go up against the firm, which is the company that arranges all of the jobs. Now, from a positives point of view, Gunpowder Milkshake is really great. As like I said, it's got some really explosive action sequences in this movie that are really great. I also really like how it delves into the loyalty of mother and daughter relationships with a backdrop of an action movie, which is really cool. Also, at the same time, it's a comedy movie as well and has some absolutely hilarious moments. And also the ensemble works really well. In the beginning, I wasn't sure if all of these characters are going to mesh well together, but actually it's really great. However, from a negatives point of view, this movie does have a little bit of a slow start, and the second half of this movie is definitely a lot stronger than the first half. Also, some of the jokes in this movie don't really land as well as they could have done. But you know, all in all, from a storyline point of view, this movie is really strong. So the cast and characters of Gunpowder Milkshake are really great, so let's go through them one by one. So first up we have Gillan, who we obviously know as playing Nebula from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and the Avengers movies as well. She was most recently also in both of the Giamatti movies, and maybe is going to be the new Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But as far as this film is concerned, she plays the Sam character, and she does a really good job in terms of being the lead action hero star in this movie. She works in all of those scenes really well. She works with the ensemble of different characters really well as well, and she's also learning more about this world, so it's a great eyes and ears for the audience as well. And also from an emotional point of view, I really like the relationships with her mother, and then when she becomes a bit of a pseudo mother to the young child as well, which I think is really great. Next up we have Lena Headey, obviously from the Game of Thrones franchise, and in this movie she plays Sam's mother, who is also a bit of an elite assassin. And you know, Lena Headey is really great in terms of playing these really hard-nosed, no-nonsense action stars, and she does a really good job here. And also on top of that, you can really see emotional depth with this character alongside all of the action stuff, which is really great. Next up we have Bassett and Carla Gugino, who are the undercover assassins working with the Lena Headey character in this movie. And then finally we have the absolutely phenomenal and brilliant Michelle Yeoh playing the Florence character, and I just think Michelle Yeoh is absolutely amazing in all of the movies that she's been in. Obviously, most notably, she was in Crazy Rich Asians, and in this film she plays the unassuming Florence character, who's a really warm-natured character but is also really lethal on the battlefield as well. And so from a cast and characters point of view, overall they are absolutely awesome in Gunpowder Milkshake. So from a visuals point of view, Gunpowder Milkshake does a really good job in terms of being really distinctive and really cool at the same time. So from an action point of view, I would definitely say the action sequences get a lot bigger, better and grander and a lot more explosive as the movie progresses, and also they really are unique in how they execute some of these sequences. In the action genre alone, they've literally done everything 100 times over, so it's a really difficult job to get something new in this space. And I think Gunpowder Milkshake does do a really good job in having something a little bit different within this space, especially the final action sequence. I think that's absolutely brilliant in this film. Also, I really like the use of slow motion in this movie. I think the ensemble work really well together. All of those sequences are really great as well, and also the milkshake is really great as well. And I also really like how they balance comedy in this movie as well. And so from a visuals point of view, I'd say this movie is really distinctive within the action genre. In terms of comparisons, like I said, this movie is really unique and distinct within this genre, but I would say it is similar to Atomic Blonde, Kill Bill, Baby Driver, and the John Wick franchise as well. And I'd also compare it a little bit to Riverdale as well in terms of the milkshake and the diner settings, especially in the final sequence. I definitely could see a little bit of Riverdale in there as well. But from a comparison point of view overall, this movie is a great new entry within this space. So overall, Gunpowder Milkshake is a really fun action thriller movie with some brilliant action sequences in there as well. It does have a little bit of a slow start, but it more than makes up for it as the movie progresses. And so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.